that have formed by the ceiling on my bed. It didn't have a form of a person. I can't say if it had a gender because it just didn't have the form of a person. It kind of hovered over the room. The feeling I got from it was absolute terror. No good feelings from it whatsoever. I saw it for maybe max 30 seconds and it was gone, but the feeling that it left me with was negative. Nothing good about it at all. It was just horrible feelings. Whatever it was not good. It didn't come to me to bring peace, and when I did see it, now that I think about it, I was going through a hard time in my life. I was currently going through a divorce, a pretty nasty divorce, custody battles. I was pretty low when I saw it, and saw it a few times after that, and I finally stopped seeing it. A few years later when I met someone new and who made me happy, and I started to come out of my depression, if you will, started thinking high of myself again, started feeling better about myself, and it was when I started to feel better that I stopped seeing this thing, whatever it was.
I was in an abusive marriage. It lasted for about just under 10 years before I finally left him. I had young children. Basically just left me and my kids when I finally decided to leave. And it wasn't until after I had left, here's the kicker, it wasn't until after I had left that this thing started appearing. At first, it was just kind of out of the corner of my eye. It was shadow-like. It didn't really have a form. But it was, how should I say this? Didn't give me good feelings. I felt like it was all, even though I didn't see it, it was always around. It always seemed to be around me, especially when it got dark. During the day, the house would seem peaceful. Everything would be okay. It was when it started to get dark that I would start to get those menacing feelings, that feeling of that something was nearby, something almost threatening. It got to the point that I didn't like being at home by myself. I had young children in the house, single mother, young children in the house. They weren't experiencing anything. It just seemed to be me that was feeling these feelings. It seemed to be me that was seeing this figure out of the corner of my eye. I really honestly started to think that I was going crazy. I didn't want to tell anybody about it. I thought, like even my best friend, I didn't even want to say, who's been my best friend for 20 some odd years. I didn't even say anything to her because I thought, you know what, she'd look at me and think I was crazy. So I kept these thoughts to myself. As the years went on, it got worse. It started appearing to me more often. But I was still kind of putting it out of my head, like, oh, I'm not seeing this. This is my imagination. I kept telling myself that. I actually finally went to my doctor and I literally told my doctor that I was going insane. I'm seeing these things. I'm feeling these. I don't know. And he put me on antidepressants. And I thought that they would help. I really thought I was hallucinating, delusions, whatever. My doctor put it down to almost a post-traumatic type type thing. But the antidepressants didn't help. If anything, it just seemed to get worse. It started appearing more. It finally started talking to me. It would talk to me in like childlike. It would sound, when it spoke to me like a child. Like there was a child in the house. I don't know. Like this is where it gets weird. My dogs in the house would always go, once the sun started to set, my 2 dogs would go weird, would start acting weird, but at the same time it was like they didn't want to leave my side. I finally realized that I wasn't going insane when about 5 years later, 5 years of dealing with this thing, it was increasingly, slowly getting worse, progressing to getting worse. I finally knew I wasn't going crazy when my daughter saw it. My daughter was about 13 at the time, 13, 14. She came to me the next day and told me, "Mom, I saw something last night and it scared me." It scared me really bad. I'm not sure. I know that it scared me. I think it was just the fear had taken over, so I wasn't really feeling anything else. But
do you think that it was there for a purpose? Do you think that it was there to do good?
No. It wasn't there to do good. No way. I didn't feel good from it. I think that it was there to scare me. Maybe even harm me. It didn't harm me. It scared me just by seeing it, but I think it probably could have done me harm. I didn't get any good feelings from it. Just absolute fear from it.